Hi everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we're going to be making another extra small dog cat sweater. And we're going to start that in just a moment. Hi everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we're going to be making an extra small dog cat sweater. It can be, a cat can wear it or a dog can wear it. It'll be for a pet that's up to 5 pounds. I wouldn't go any bigger than 5 pounds because then it might be too tight. So you're going to need a crochet hook. This is a 5mm. I'm using the Addie brand. I really like that brand. I will put a link, an affiliate link in the description so you can find this. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Today I'm using Craft Smart Value yarn. It is the color is rose pink or pink rose. It is a 4-ply medium weight or worsted weight yarn. I'm also going to be using Red Heart Comfort. This one is also a medium 4, so a 4-ply worsted weight, medium weight yarn. And this one is called White Opal. And if you look really closely, it actually has a little bit of shimmer in the yarn. You can't really see it on camera, but it does, and it's very pretty. Okay, so those are the two we're going to use today. And you're also going to need a darning needle. So we are going to start with the pink, and I'm going to cross my yarn. I don't do slip knots. I always just cross my yarn over, and that's my first chain. We're going to chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're working from the bottom of this sweater up, so we're going to work on the chest part up, or the waist part up. So in the second chain from hook, we're going to go in and we're going to do a single crochet. So to do a single crochet, you go in the stitch, pull through, yarn over, and go through your 2 loops. So we're going to do this to the end of the row, and we're going to have 8 single crochets. I should also say that I'm going to be writing up the pattern for this, and I'll put a link to the pattern in the description, but it's not going to happen at the same time that I drop the video, so watch for it. It'll come. So we got to the end of the row. We have 8 stitches, not counting the chain 1. We're going to chain up 1, turn our work. Now we are only going in the back loops. Okay, so here's what I mean. You see where normally we go in this stitch. So I'm going to go in just the back loop, pull through, and do a single crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way across, just the back loop. So instead of going through both, we're just going through that back loop, okay? So we're going to do that all the way across. So we're going to repeat this till we have a total of 40 rows, including that first one we did. Okay, that first row we did. Okay, we're counting all these, so we're on our second row. You want to make sure you always have 8 stitches. Count your stitches, it's very important. Turn your work, and then we're just going in that back loop with single crochets. I'm going to do a couple rows here so you can see. what we are getting is a bit of a ridging. Okay, so see, can you see it there? See how we're getting a bit of a ridge? So then we chain up one, turn our work, and just in the back loop. Okay, do this for 40 rows and meet me back. 40 rows, it's a lot, but you can do it. Sounds worse than it really is because you're only just doing 8 stitches. Okay, 40, meet me back. So I've done my 40 rows, and what we're gonna do is, without twisting, keeping it nice and flat, we are gonna slip stitch into the other side using the white. Okay, and then we're gonna chain up 2. Do not cut that pink yarn, we are gonna use it, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're doing half double crochets. So to do a half double crochet, you go yarn over. Now we're picking up stitches in the side here. So we're gonna wanna pick up 40 stitches, okay? So here's how I do it. So to do a half double crochet, yarn over into the first ridge, pull through, go through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. For the next one, we're going into the next ridge. 2, and then we're going into that next ridge. 3, and you want to end up with 40 stitches. 4, 5, 6, 7. So on this side, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're halfway there. See, and that's what it looks like so far. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay, so very gently taking that pink along the back in the chain 2 that we did, in that second chain of the chain 2, a slip stitch. So now we're working in rounds. And we're going to chain up 2. The chain up 2 never counts as a stitch. And now we are going to do 40 stitches around, half double crochets again. Okay, and when you get to the other end, meet me back, okay? So now I've gone around, I've done 40 stitches. Now I have a little trick I do that prevents my stitches from going diagonally. And what I do is our first round we went into the chain, but this round we're going to slip stitch using the white into the first stitch, and then we're going to chain up 2. And I want to show you my back here, okay? See how nicely we're bringing the yarn along? So we're not gonna have as many threads to hide, and it's just coming along nicely. So remember, never count the chain 2 as a stitch. And we're gonna do a total of 7 rows. Okay, so we've done 1, 2. We're not counting this part. We're just counting the rows. So 1, 2, 3. We're working on a third round. We're going to do 7 rounds, okay? And then meet me back, alternating pink and white and bringing it up along the back and going into the chain, into the stitch, into the chain, into the stitch. Got all that? Good. I have faith in you. Meet me back. So I've done my 7 rows, rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to slip stitch into the chain with the pink. Chain up 2. Now, leaving a tail to sew in later, you can cut your white and put it aside until we come to the neck. Okay. Now what we're going to do, not counting the chain 2, we are going to work 20 stitches, still in half double crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now we're just going to work, we're going to chain up 2. We're just going to work on these 20 stitches, okay, for a total of 6 rows. So we're going to turn our work and we're just going back along and we're doing 20 half double crochets, and we are not counting that chain as a stitch. So we're going to do this for 6 rows. So that first, this counts as 1, we're working on 2, do 6 rows, meet me back. So I'm back and I did my 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm leaving a bit of a tail, cutting my yarn, and very gently I'm gonna pull my tail through my loop, and I'm just leaving it 2. I'm not pulling it tight because we're gonna go back and pick that out later. Okay, and this is all in an effort to minimize the amount of yarn the amount of ends I have to sew in. So going here, see where there's already a stitch? We're gonna just attach our yarn in there, and we're gonna work the stitches we didn't work. So all I do is I put the yarn through and I hold it at the back until I do my first chain. We're going to chain 2. Now remember, chains don't count as stitches for me. So now we're going to do the other 20 stitches, all in half double crochet. So this is the chest we're going to work on. And what we're going to do is we're going to do decreases on each row so that they don't have all that material between their legs. Whether it's a cat or a dog, they don't want a whole bunch of extra material. It just rubs and it's unpleasant, I would imagine, for the pet. So I had someone ask me about boy dogs, if they will pee on these sweaters. I don't have a boy dog, I have a girl dog, but I've never had anyone complain about the sweaters being in the way for when their boy dogs pee. But it is something that I'm playing around with as far as design, so I might figure out a boy dog sweater pattern, you know, where it has a panel cut out kind of thing. But it's a whole different technique, like it's going to be like a totally different pattern. So I've got to think about that. So let's just double count, make sure we have 20 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and I don't count that chain, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Ooh, no, I had 21. Okay, good thing I counted, right? Always count. I have been crocheting since I was 3 years old, and I'm turning 49 this year. So even though I have been crocheting for 46 years, I still always count. So double count. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we do a decrease. So we're going to chain up 2, turn our work. Now here we go. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through. Yarn over into the next stitch, pull through. You have 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook, okay? Yarn over, go through all 5 hoops. That turned 2 stitches into 1. Okay, so that counts as 1, and we're going to have 18 in this row. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, and I said we're having 18 in this row, so these last 2 stitches get turned into 1. So, well, here, let me just talk what I did. So yarn over into that stitch, pull through, yarn over into the next stitch, pull through. You have 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. Yarn over, go through all 5 loops. Chain 2, turn your work, and we're headed right into another decrease. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through, yarn over into the next stitch, pull through, go through all 5 loops. That turned 2 stitches into 1. You're going to repeat this until you're down to 10 stitches. Do that and meet me back. So I've done the rows until I'm down to 10 stitches. So now here's what we're going to do. We are going to reach to that back panel and we are going to slip stitch into the second chain of the chain 2. Okay. Slip stitch, and we're going to chain up 2 and make your loop big. Take your hook up. Now you know that knot I told you not to pull tight? This is why. We're gonna undo it, make the loop bigger, and we're gonna reach to the chest section and slip stitch in that second chain of the chain 2. Slip stitch. And then we're gonna put our tail through our loop, and this time we're pulling tight. We can just tuck that down the center to hide later. And what we have done there, ladies and gentlemen, is we have made the little leg holes. Okay, so now we're starting on the neck. Okay, so we're gonna do 30 half double crochets around, okay? Because we have 10 from the front and 20 from the back. So 30 around, meet me back, half double crochets. So I have done 30 around, and now I'm gonna slip stitch in the chain 2 using my white. Okay, so again, I just hold it in the back and I go through there. I'm chaining 2, and once again we're gonna go around 30 half double crochets. Don't cut the pink, do not cut the pink, because we are going to just drag it up the back and finish off our final row of the neck with the pink. So we're doing 1 round of white, and then we'll do another round of pink. So do that, do the round of white, and then slip stitch with your pink, bringing it along the back so that it doesn't distort the stitches, and then meet me back. So I'm back, and I'm just going to slip stitch with the pink because this is our last round. Slip stitch, leave a big loop, cut a tail, put it through the loop, pull tight. Okay, so basically our little sweater is done, and I think it's just adorable. Now what we're going to do, turn it inside out, and we need to whip stitch this ribbing that we did at the beginning. Okay, so I put my 2 sides together, and I always do like 2 stitches to start because it's where the most stress will be, and then I just go up and whip stitch, just going from the same direction like this is called a whip stitch. Okay, I'm going to do that all the way to the top. Now see, I have this white. I'm just going to tie those together. Okay, you never cut where you knot is something I've always been taught. So I'm just going to weave in a bit here, and then I'll cut. There, and that's, sorry, I hit the camera. That sewed up our bottom. Okay, and then I just hide my threads within the color. And I always go back a little bit, so see I'm coming out here. I go just behind it and I start again. And I'm not going through to the front, I'm just going through the stitches. Okay, there we go. And then I can cut. And see, because we brought it up along the side, see how nice and neat that is? We don't have 1,000 million threads to hide. I hate hiding threads. I think all crocheters hate hiding thread. So I'm just going to do the same thing. And because I'm going a little behind and then forward, I don't have to knot, because this will not come undone. So there we go. And yeah, and it's such a cute little sweater. It wasn't too terribly, pardon me, it wasn't too terribly difficult at all by any means. And you can do so much with this. You can decide to go different colors for each row. You can put, if you want, you can put in the kind of plain area there, you can put buttons, or you can put a bow, or you can put a flower. I like it just plain, but I mean, if you want a little bit more bling, make the pattern your own. If you want it shorter or longer, add rows, you know, like, oh, and I've got to say, for those of you that do craft sales, these are very popular. These dog sweaters that I make and cat sweaters, very popular at craft sales. People always want to spoil their pets. Yeah. And then for the neck here, we have the two. I'm just going to give those a knot together. And then I'll just hide those. So, you know, that's pretty much it for this sweater, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and to subscribe. I try and do a new video every Thursday. I don't always get them, but I try. And I do all kinds of knitting and crocheting and anything that has to do with yarn. So some of my earlier videos I did cooking and such, but that was way in the beginning. You can go check. I also have playlists put together so that if you want to just watch things for pets, you can do that. And if you want to watch, you know, jewelry stuff, I have all kinds of videos for crocheted earrings. And I've only done one crocheted bracelet. I should probably do more crocheted bracelets. But yeah, lots of fun. Fun. So I'm almost done. All my threads, right? Is that not perfect, having so few threads? I hate having so many threads to hide. There we go. I believe I have done all my threads. Okay, turn it back inside in. So this is the back. Can you see it? And that's the chest. And because we did our seam on the side, which when it's on the dog, you'll hardly be able to notice. Yeah, I like it. I like how I kind of hide that seam. Yeah, so hit the like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye now.